Virgo, hello there, my friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late June 2021. We're moving on into July, so I just want to thank you for joining me today. We're going to get it going straight away with a couple of oracle cards for you. So let's get it going. Let's shuffle it up here for the beautiful Virgos, see what they got going on here, because I like to take a little peek at the energy. So my guys, talk to me. What's going on with Virgo? And we're going to look at these real quick, then we'll get into the full reading itself, and at the very end, I'm going to pull you a bonus spread with the starseed oracle to see what it is you might need to hear from the universe. So we got a lot going on here for you, Virgo. Let's go. What's going on with the Virgos, please? All right, that first card came out super quick. This could be somebody trying to lay low. I don't know if you're trying to lay low or someone's trying to avoid issues of some kind. And the second one, that's good. I like this Empress energy, and it makes sense with the reading you had last week, but we'll talk about that. Now, before we fully get into this, if you're new here, it's your last chance to get your name in for the June subscriber surprise, but we'll talk about that towards the end. I just figured I'd let you know. This first card, you see this woman here, she's in that pond, so I do think of emotions whenever there's water in a card like this, but notice she's trying to blend in with the other swans. Yes, this could talk about situations where there's multiple people, group things, whether that's work, school, family, but think of somebody trying to blend in with the crowd. Not trying to make any waves. That's the kind of energy we have here. So maybe you're trying to be peaceful in some way. Both of these cards feel very peaceful to me. Or someone could be trying to avoid issues with you, not wanting to step on your toes. This second card, though, Empress vibes big time, okay, which is earthy energy. You see this imagery, that beautiful woman with the tree of life on her back. There's nature around her. There's abundance. So this is a good sign from the universe to me. This is a positive omen, especially with the reading you had last week. You might be focused on the earthly matters, or there could be good abundance blooming around the Virgo collective. So we're going to get it going with the tarot itself. So let's shuffle it up here one time for Virgo. We're going to get you 3 in the upright, then we'll intuitively clarify, my friends, as we always do. So let's shuffle it up here. What do we got, Virgo? Now, last week's reading was titled An Unexpected Win, which is very nice indeed. And whenever we get energies like that, I do hope that they stick around. That I hope you did collect a victory of some kind, whether that was an emotional one or a money one. But I want to see if those good possibilities, especially with this Empress, are still showing up for Virgo. Because the energies are always shifting. Now, just like Capricorn, there's an air of mystery here. The first card out, you have the Knight of Cups. Interesting. But your second card, right in the center, we have the Two of Swords. That could be a whole bunch of different things, but it is extremely mysterious. So that might be a theme we're seeing with a lot of earth signs. We have the Page of Cups, so you have a lot of water here. A lot of possible communications, talks, things like that. But we're going to go through, I'll give you some of the classical meanings, then we'll get into the intuitive, juicy stuff. On the extreme ends, if you look down in the box, beautiful. We have the Knight and the Page of Cups, very emotional. If this doesn't represent a water sign, this guy is a very Prince Charming type of energy. Can speak about love situations, feeling romantic, offering those emotions. It's usually nice, but as you know, I don't only limit my readings to love alone, so this could be various different things. You might be feeling extremely creative when a card like this shows up. But with both of the cards on the extreme ends, we have to think about talks, communications, getting things off one's chest, whether that's offers of emotion. Usually that's what it is, like an emotional thing, but we will clarify. We'll get down to the nitty-gritty of that. All nights are about progress. All nights are about movement. In the center, we have the Two of Swords. Now, I said last week's reading was called An Unexpected Win. I'm not saying this card is completely negative. All twos in tarot can speak about decisions, going left, going right, being at a fork in the road in your life. But notice she's blindfolded. We think of mystery, we think of the unseen, hidden angles, things like that, which is showing up for the earth sign, so it makes sense to me. So there could be things going on around you where you don't quite know all the details, but we'll try to get you some when we clarify it. On the back, we have the Page of Cups. We have that double water, very similar to the Knight in its ways, except this one is a little less evolved than the Knight. I'm getting huge emotional talks and communications from both of these. Once again, it's the double down of creativity. So aside from the communication and the love and the emotion, this could be a big hint that creating something could be very, very fruitful for you. But the page itself, the messenger, the student, you might be examining things, examining yourself, examining those around you, but it is someone speaking something. So we'll see. We're going to dive deeper now. We're going to jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get one more shuffle here for Virgo, please. Let's get a shuffle here. And my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single tarot reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. And I do like to urge people to do further research with spreads like these. We're going to go in on this Knight of Cups, though. See why he showed up for Virgo. Why is the Knight of Cups here? Could talk about your emotional state in general. Sure. Okay, we have the Lovers here in reverse. That could be a Gemini. Okay, hopefully you're not having any issues with a Gemini. But when we see the Lovers, I'm getting intuitively the energy of someone who might be a little disgruntled about something. You might have something like you're holding in that you're a little salty about, or there's someone you're tied to, like they're not really quite making it known, especially with this mystery. Because the Lovers, aside from being romantic things, aside from being soulmates, twin flames, it could be any partnership. So that could even be friends sometimes. But we think of a free-flowing, nice energy. In the reverse, I think of someone being a little disgruntled, a little angry, not quite saying something. So if there is going to be an emotional communication of some kind, this could be someone venting off how they're feeling, venting their issues and problems, which is a big possibility with what we got going on here. Now, of course, it could mean other things, but that's the intuitive vibe it's making me, someone being a little disgruntled. Okay, I don't feel like it's treacherous or anything like that. But we're going to go in on this Two of Swords, see what that's about. So why is the Two of Swords here? Yeah, you might just need to get something off your chest. Okay, so why is the Two of Swords here? Okay, we have the Devil. Yeah, this is a big caution here. This is a big caution. Now, some of you might be tied to Capricorn, and I only say that because the devil represents goat symbolism. It doesn't mean Capricorns are devils. And I always like to reiterate that because I've gotten people that get upset about that. But what do we think of with the devil? We think of attachments. Yes, it could be toxic things. But under this Two of Swords, there might be someone around you that's a little unsavory. I do feel like this is a warning about the company you keep. So beware of the people you have around you. Beware of the company you keep. I feel like it's separate from this Knight of Cups and Lovers. I do feel like these are separate things. This could be obsessive tendencies, addictive tendencies, so watch out for those things. But under this card of mystery, the unseen, unknown, you might have a snake in the midst. And even if you're cross-watching this for a Virgo, take it as it hits, but there might be a snake in the midst. So beware of the people around you. Beware of one person in particular with this. Something to watch out for, okay? At least that's what's showing up within the cards, okay? There might be a snake in the grass. We're going to keep it going to the page. See what that's about. Then I'll give you a quick recap, and then I'll get your bonus spread, of course. That Devil kind of threw me off because it's an interesting energy we have flowing throughout this whole thing, because I do feel the emotional ties, the emotional communications from front to back here. But in the center, that is a warning for sure from the universe. So let's see what's up with that Page of Cups. What's the Page of Cups here for Virgo? That's the Page of Cups. Thank you. Okay. All right. Okay, we have Justice here. Maybe some of you are tied with a Libra. Now, interestingly, all the clarifiers are major arcana. So that, to me, instantly signals that there's a lot of strong energies running under the surface of whatever the heck it is you're going through. Now, if you're not tied to a Libra here, Justice does talk about things balancing out. Someone or something being even-keeled. Yes, it could even speak about legal situations of any kind, but the main thing I think of is karma, karmic situations, and I saw that in the Capricorn reading as well, which is very interesting that we have the card for Capricorn and karma showing up in this reading. Now, I'm going to pick it up and show it to you because it's striking imagery. If there is an emotional communication of some sort, if someone does vent, I do feel like that could go very well. Okay, because this is a huge card of balance, but there are karmic issues going on around you. I feel like the main thing in this reading, aside from the Knight of Cups, aside from this Page of Cups, someone just being emotional and letting it loose, is we have the Two of Swords with this Devil. That is something you got to watch out for. I feel like that's the main thing. Okay, so beware the company you keep. Maybe even beware of what you tell people in general as well, since there's so much communication. Okay, maybe don't like tell everybody your life story. I feel like that's the big message. This is an interesting reading this week, and of course it does have the undertones of karma with justice there. Now I'll give you a quick recap, then I'll get your bonus spread. If you kindly look down in the box, we have in position number 1 the Knight of Cups with the Lovers in reverse. I get the energy of someone being a little disgruntled, maybe someone being a little upset, holding something in that's like getting on their nerves and not quite saying it, not quite speaking it, which is fine because of what we have in the last row. But in the center we have the Two of Swords with the Devil in the upright. To me, that is a clear warning from the universe that you might have a snake in the midst. Watch the company you keep. Watch what you tell people, okay? I believe that's a clear warning. If you're thinking of a specific person with that alignment, trust your gut. Now, right here on the back, we have the Page of Cups with justice. I feel like it's tied with this Knight of Cups about an emotional communication, which is awesome, which is fine. Things might start balancing out and things could settle down, which is very good. But there is also energy of karma here, learning a lesson, okay? Interpersonal relationships sometimes come into our lives to teach us karmic lessons, and that's what this could be on the back end. Okay, so we're going to shuffle it up here. Please take a screenshot if you'd like, so you could do a little further research. I'm going to shuffle these up, and we're going to see what Virgo needs to know. Because that was an interesting reading, definitely different from last week, I'll say that. What does Virgo need to know here, please, my guides? And I'll give you the intuitive feelings and literal meanings of these cards. So you get the double message, you take what you like. Okay. All right. You might chuckle too when you see this, Virgo. The first card we have out is the Harath card, which I like because that's source energy, that's spirit. But the second card that just popped out is karmic relationships, just as I was giving a whole spiel about karma and the karmic relationships that we keep. So I'll give you these real quick. We're just tying this reading up into a bow and wrapping things up. The Harath card, to me, whenever I see it intuitively, it just speaks about beautiful spirit and source energy that could be around us. You could be receiving energy or receiving assistance from your spirit team, your guides, even if you're not in communication with them, even if you don't realize it, this is spiritual assistance to me. And it's also the spark of divine that we all have within us, that special little spark of source energy. All right, that's how this feels to me. It's loving, it's caring, it's like a warm embrace from spirit. But the second card, as I was already speaking about and alluding to with the karmic relationships, we saw it throughout the reading itself, is that sometimes people and relationships come into our lives to teach us lessons, and that's what this card is literally about. Okay, it doesn't always have to be a bad karmic tie. It doesn't always have to be a bad karmic relationship. Sometimes karma swings in a good way, but there might be a situationship or a person you might have to reflect on to see what messages and things you can learn to help move you forward in life. Analyze whatever you think is a karmic relationship that you've been through. Learn that lesson so it doesn't reappear and show up again. The literal card says polarity, soul growth, and conflict. And I always say when this card shows up that through conflict, through pressure, that's how we become better individuals, okay? If life is always steady, no problems, no great times, no bad times, things tend to stagnate. So see conflict, see issues for what they are. It's to teach us a lesson and urge us to grow and move forward. So Virgo, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the June subscriber surprise. It's your last chance to get your name in for the June subscriber surprise. I'll be giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Light Seers Tarot. So if you'd like to get your name in, you only need to do 2 things. First, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you are by now. And second, let me know down in the comments what your sun, moon, and rising sign are. If you don't know them all, it's fine. Just let me know what you do know down there. You'll be entered to win. And in the beginning of July, I will announce the winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, thank you so much. And I'll see you next time.